Hi, I'm Harriet Tinka, and here are this week's top stories that we have for you. Let's take a look at 2020 and invite some experts to review the year. Meet 3 AC Awards Community Leaders of the Year recipients and Junior Achievement Award recipient. Ever wonder where to visit these holidays without ever leaving your city? Rayyah Sempala has put together some options for you. Now the news in detail. Major events in 2020, local, national, and international. 2020 has come to an end with lots of challenges as well as new developments. The murder of George Floyd, defunding the police, the COVID-19 pandemic, Edmonton Police Service community engagement sessions with multicultural communities to change policing of those communities. Government of Canada support to Black-led organizations and municipal elections coming up in 2020 and provincial in 2023. Rayyah Sempala has a take on the year 2020. Hey Rayyah, so share with us a year in review of 2020.
Hi, Harriet. Here we are. We've had so many ups and downs this year, and here we are at the end of 2020. Not many people thought that COVID would last this long, but here we are. And I wanted to ask you, Harriet, if you have a New Year's resolution. And I know many people maybe might not be excited for the New Year's resolutions because we've had such a turbulent year. Personally, my New Year's resolution is to be more healthier. How about you, Harriet?
For me, in most cases, I usually do not make any New Year resolutions because I end up really breaking them. But however, this year, what I've decided to do, I think I'm going to be a much kinder person. I'm going to be working on my own self-care. I'm going to really try to make a difference and just help the community to be better than it was yesterday. So for me, that's my 2021 resolution.
That's a lovely resolution, Harriet, and I might steal it from you. So in politics, we have had rallies and protests, and I think the most visible has been the Black Lives Matter movement, which started in the US, and it made its way in Canada with many different people, holding rallies, protesting police brutality and the treatment of marginalized groups in Canada. So there have also been anti-mask rallies in Canada these past few months, in downtown Calgary and also in Steinbach, Manitoba. And these rallies are echoing the sentiment of many people who do believe that the government is kind of taking away from their freedom through these restrictions that have come with COVID. And Premier Jason Kenney of Alberta was criticized heavily when the COVID-19 was really coming ahead because he did not impose as strict as restrictions as some people hoped he would have. But as we know, in these last months of 2020, he has imposed stricter restrictions in Alberta with the lockdown. And in Edmonton, we know that Mayor Don Iverson is unfortunately not running for re-election as he has decided to step down and let way for another person to take over the title of the mayor. The Pfizer vaccine has come to Canada and it has been approved. And although the rollout is slow, it's still coming. And the people who are first getting it at the frontline healthcare workers, some people are, they're not happy that it has taken this long for it to be rolling out, and they would like it to roll out quicker so that we can get back to normal life. But hopefully in 2021 they can really up the vaccine movement so that we can all get back to our normal everyday lives. And the way for small businesses, places of worship and just social gatherings, everyday life we still don't know the way for these things, because COVID is still taking people's lives. And it seems that we're going to have to adapt, especially in 2021, to this new world order, in a sense.
Quite a review of the year. I think a lot of those things happen, and the communities have all been watching and trying to go along with it. I think for me, I would say one of the things that I enjoyed about 2020 was all the new restaurants opening and all the fashions and all of those things. Because I like to look at the lighter things in life and just focus on all of those things. So thank you so much for sharing that. It's been great having 2020 a year in review. I'm excited about 2021, and I also think I'll steal your New Year resolution as well. 2020 in review and 2020 forecast by our team of experts. Let's take a look at 2020 and invite some experts to review the year for us. Diversity TV health commentator Lola looks at the COVID-19 pandemic. Lola is a registered nurse certified in both the United States and Canada with over 10 years of nursing experience. She takes a look at the impact of COVID-19, the future, and what's happening up in 2021, including her television show on Diversity TV. Welcome, Lola.
Oh, thank you. 2020 has been an eventful year for everyone, our communities, our schools, families, our health. And he has shown us what health is, that we should always make our health a priority. He has pushed back, let us know what emergency preparedness is in regards to our health policies, regarding our work, regarding our lives, and in many ways, our mental health. He has pushed back a lot of things. And schools were closed, children, adults. The year 2020 made us to know that there were a lot of things we were taking for granted. And now it is time for us to actually reinvent ourselves and know that we are all in this planet Earth together. In March, all the schools were closed when COVID hit, and it just looked like a dream to everyone. In August, the pandemic kept moving on. Then August, it was in Alberta here, if you live in Edmonton, that was when face mask was made mandatory in all public places. And this actually helped to control, the goal of this was to control the spread of COVID-19. And we were all just wondering what next and how to do life. And it made us to actually look intrusively as human to see how we can better ourselves, invent ourselves, keep our environment safe. And we started inventing stuff and planning ways to stay healthy. Then in November, oh voila, the vaccine came. And now in December, things are coming up, and we thought, yay, yes, great. But now news came, there's a new strain of corona from the UK straining into our communities. But in 2021, I don't think we should lose any hope at all. Don't lose hope. Take your vaccine, continue to protect yourself and your family and your loved ones. Take care of your mental health. And I believe we will be able to overcome this pandemic like we overcame every other diseases in the past.
Author, facilitator, and speaker Moji reviews the immigrant experience in 2020. Tao highlights the major challenges for immigrants in 2020, any progress made, hopeful projections for 2021, and what's coming up in 2021, including a new TV show on Diversity TV. Welcome, Moji.
Good evening, and thank you for having me on your show. The question is the effect of the pandemic on the immigrant population. I have to say that sadly, the immigrant population was faced and severely affected by this pandemic, in the sense that most immigrants work on the front line. They work on the front line in essential services, in hospitality, in hospitals, in healthcare, in home care. They are affected in education. They are affected in accommodation, employment, childcare. It just seems like the pandemic, while it affected all of us as a whole, it has a special and devastating effect more on the immigrant population. They cannot, because their services are so essential and frontline, they cannot afford to call in sick. Yet they cannot afford to be sick because they cannot work from home. Therefore, it affects their children's education and their children's childcare. And as we also know that immigrants not only work for their immediate family, they also work for extended families. It affects the family at their country of origin as well, because they have to send money home. So it's like they were trapped in the middle of this pandemic. They're taking care, they're tasked with taking care of the general population here. They're tasked with taking care of their relatives at home, and they're tasked with taking care of their relatives in their home country, in their birth countries. So it's really had a devastating effect on them. And we also know that at the very beginning, at the very start of the pandemic, most immigrants were affected. I meant they were infected by this disease, by this infection, especially in the not only in the hospital but in the care home, all the food processing plants. It was all immigrants. Food processing plants, people were being infected there, people were dying. And because they make low income, minimum wages, they also live in a communal setting. They share rooms, they share accommodation with other immigrant workers. So they go to work, contract the infection, come home, bring it home to their extended living quarters. So it's affected them a lot. And I have to say that eventually the government stepped in and actually held the workers, held them responsible for providing a safe environment for this worker. And we hear about the migrant worker too, who are here on a seasonal employment, but they don't qualify for government relief. So they can work, they cannot qualify for government relief, yet their visa only allow them to work in that place. So it was quite tragic. It was quite tragic. Relief came eventually, but it can also be better. It came, but it wasn't perfect and it didn't resolve everything. But we're happy that it came. We just have to keep our eyes on it to make sure that the workers or the employers are being kept responsible and the government is aware of the workplace environment. Just because most immigrants take low-paying jobs until they can stand on their own feet and acquire more education to better themselves, it doesn't mean that they should be left behind or they should be fed to the wolf, which is the pandemic. So progressing, like I said, one of the things that the government did that actually benefited us as immigrants is the fact that people that are working in those care homes, they don't have to do 3-4 jobs in order to make a decent living. So now they can work in one place and be paid adequately in order to feed their family and pay their rent. So that's positive. In the future, in 2021, we're hoping, and I'm hoping, to host a show on this platform with Diversity Magazine, where we actually bring enlightenment and better access to information and services to immigrants, where they will be well equipped, well informed, with shared experiences and well-being and wellness are talked about, because immigrants keeps the economy going.
Black Canadian Women in Action Executive Director Jeanne Lehman shares the challenges of Black businesses in 2020 and the way forward. And here to talk to us is Jeanne. Welcome, Jeanne.
Thank you, Harriet. So I think the year, I won't do the review. I will just say, the year was what we call in French catastrophique. So it was very, for everyone, any sector, and in business, it was even worse. Because what happened, as you know, in Black community, we have our unique problem. So these businesses are usually startup, some informal business, and young people who are, family, women who are doing business, sometimes to have children, to have, their own business and all those. So when this COVID came, it hit this community the hardest. So a lot of business closed. Even the help we had, some of them couldn't be qualified because, again, with the startup and all that. So this year was just wow. And it's still there because we haven't finished with that. But yeah, the good thing is that we saw these business people, women and men, keep going, keep trying, even if some of their business were closed, keep fighting. And so this is, what happened in this 2020. And then we hope 2021, as Lola said, with the vaccine and all that, things will get better.
AC Awards 2020 celebrates. This week for AC Awards, we're celebrating 3 impactful AC Awards Community Leaders of the Year recipients. Jeanne Lehman has created the most impact Black women in Edmonton. Wumni of Calgary is an accomplished dancer, choreographer, instructor, performer, producer, and the founder of and director of Woozy Africa Music and Dance Theatre Incorporated.
I would like to thank everyone for the opportunity to be able to serve and be the winner of this year's award. Thank you.
Rochelle Ignacio of Rayyah is a racial justice youth leader. Meet AC Awards 2020 Junior Achievement Award recipient, beauty queen and business administration student, Anne Mina.
Thank you, Mom, so much. This award means a lot to me because not only is it that I'm recognized for what I've done, but it also shows other people that it is possible. And I'm very grateful for you, Dad, Michael, Joan, Ken, everybody who's been a part of my life from all these years and who's seen me grow. To be awarded junior achievement at such a young age just means that I'm excited to see what I'm able to do in another 5, 10, 15 years, and to have you by my side as well. So thank you, and awesome. Thank you for the award, AC.
You can. Last week, mask was made mandatory in indoor spaces in Alberta. We are happy to be joined by local Edmonton designer Aleth Kabore, owner of KYN Apparel, to run us through some of the different mask design that they have. Ears savers, mask with ties, mask with elastic, and antibacterial masks. For more information on different mask designs and how to buy, please go to kynapparel.ca. Aleth, I'm excited to have you here to share with us your new designs. As you know, mask as the in thing right now, and everybody's got to have a mask. So when I go out with my mask, I want to look styling. So please share some of your styling masks so that I can go out there in fashion. And also our audiences, they'll probably want to know, what is it that you have in store? Don't keep us in suspense, and please share.
Hi. So like you said, my name is Aleth and I'm from KYN Apparel. And since the beginning of the pandemic, we have been making cloth face masks so that we can kind of cater to what people needed to have. If you want something that is sustainable, so you can wash and reuse and save the planet in the same time you're saving yourself, then we have some options for you. So we have the main design, and the first design was our plain, plain, it's kind of like 100% cotton, 3 layers so that people can breathe easily and still be kind of safe. So this is one of those kind of designs. When you look inside, you see that we have the main layer that we see outside, we have a second layer, and then we have a third layer that actually plays at the same time as a pocket if you want to add a filter. And our masks do come with 3 filters so that you can kind of try them out and see if this is something that you would like. And if you do, you are welcome to buy more filters from us or elsewhere. There are a lot of stores that are selling them. So we have these first designs with elastic, goes around your ears. And then we have the second design that plays more like this. Still the same thing with 3 layers. And this one has straps that goes here and here so that you can tie them up. And so if you're using your mask for a longer period of time at work, this would be good, so it saves your ears. And lastly, but not least, we have this design. This is the inside and this is the outside, where it's made out of a cloth that is already treated with antibacterial. So you don't have to wash this one as you would be washing the cloth face mask. And it has a waterproof and antibacterial property, and it kind of like one piece around the ears too. So right now on our store, we have different kind of options made with the African vibrant prints. So colors, if you're not into the yellow, you get the kind of like all around colors, blue and green. And we have this one that is more green and yellow. And then we have this one that is kind of one of the favorites right now. Works really well. And more popping colors, we have this style, which is red and bold with designs that are more kind of like ethnic African style. And then we have this floral red one too. So altogether, we have quite a few variety online. Do know that we kind of change often because we're trying to be sustainable and using material in a sustainable way so that we don't waste the cloth. So we do have other designs, usually bigger pieces, and when we have left out, we use them to make the masks. So if you like something and you don't get it and you come back, it's run out. It's unfortunately what happens often. So if you see a design you like, please go for it. And the masks are made with nose wires for the ones that have the elastic ones. Really good for people that wears their glasses for fogging.
Oh, that's excellent. It's quite a variety that you have. And I like the way you have all the different options. And what I love about your mask is they cover the nose, the mouth, and the chin, which is exactly what the government asks us all to wear, because I've seen people wear the masks the wrong way. So what you've shared and what I've seen is exactly what's needed. Diversity profile of the week. Our diversity profile for the week is the one-of-a-kind inspirational story of Yinka, owner of UPS Store 45 in Calgary, the first Black person to own a UPS franchise in Canada.
Hi everyone, my name is Yinka Oladele and I'm the owner of the UPS Store 45 on 32nd Avenue Northeast. I've been here in Canada since 2000, and I started the business in 2007.
Coronavirus Project Cool Times. If you're feeling sick or have any symptoms related to COVID-19, stay home. They support if you need to stay at home while you are sick or have in isolation due to COVID-19. The Canada Recovery Sickness Benefit provides $500 per week for up to a maximum of 2 weeks for workers who are sick or need to self-isolate due to COVID-19 or have an underlying health condition that puts them at a greater risk of getting COVID-19. The Canada Recovery Caregiving Benefit also provides $500 per week for up to 26 weeks per household for parents who need to care for a child who is sick or because schools, daycares, or care facilities are closed due to COVID-19. In Diversity TV International News, Roche Marc Christian Kabore was sworn in as Burkina Faso president for a second and final 5-year term. Dish of the Week. Our first dish of the week will feature Chef Selassie of Selassie's Grill in Edmonton prepares the popular mouth-watering jollof rice and fish, animated with tomato sauce in Selassie's Grill multicultural restaurant. Selassie's Grill serves Western, Chinese, and African food. Opened just a month ago opposite Stadium on 8604 112th Avenue, Edmonton, with a large parking space, a bar, and a large dining space, a private meeting room, and most importantly, delicious Western, African, and Chinese dishes. Ever wonder where to visit this holidays without ever leaving your city? Rayyah Sempala has put together some options for you.
We still have many things, some people are saying, what can we do? It's winter, movement is limited, and people don't really know what to do in Edmonton or in Calgary. So here's a few things that people can look forward to and people can participate in while still following COVID-19 guidelines. Well, there's a Christmas drive in Edmonton that's near the Snow Valley, and it's $30 per car. And this Christmas drive is also family friendly, where you can bring your children to see Santa Claus, Mr. and Mrs. Santa. And there's also another drive. It's more of a Christmas lights show. It's a drive-through. And there you can also, it's by Castrol Raceway. And there you can see a concession stand where you can buy food. And everything is in the car. So you're socially distancing while still enjoying the Christmas lights. It's a festive season. And for those couples who want to go on dates, but all the restaurants have been closed down, there's a Courtyard Marriott. It's a restaurant, but what they have done is very innovative. They have winter igloos, like domes, where it can hold up to 6 people. So you can bring your COVID-19 bubble and you can bring them there, and they can see how it's about. The price point might seem stark to some. It's about $150 per minimum per people. So you can do date night, a friends gathering. And in Calgary, we have Scotsman Hill. And, I think during this time, it's winter, we can embrace the winter season and what it brings. So, try new things, like dog sledding. Ice fishing. I know in Calgary, a lot of people do ice fishing. So people who don't know what ice fishing is, it's basically, the lake is usually, or any body of water is usually frozen up. So they cut little circles in the lake and they put fishing rods and they start fishing. So that's ice fishing. And also in Calgary, there's so we know that in winter you can't really use your normal bike, but they call them fat bikes, meaning that the tires are like fat, so they're able to go in the snow easier. So that's one other winter thing that you can try out. And also a lot of things have gone online, right? So there's Afro dance, there's Zumba, and I know in Calgary there's you can take Zumba sessions, like Zumba sessions with Amanda, and different things. And I encourage people to use the internet. The internet is your friend. Use Google to find different things around, and also see the restrictions that these places have in place for COVID-19, so you are safe and your family and friends are safe. So let's say place to go to is Yeg Secrets. Yeg Secrets is a place that it shows you different spots around Edmonton that are secret, different spots around Edmonton that you can explore, like the European area, which is a site that has just come up. It's like a European town, and you can go drive through it, take pictures, and you can do it in a safe and socially distanced way. And also you can follow different, now we have the internet, social media, and now people are more than ever. You can follow different people on social media who explore Calgary, who explore Edmonton. And yeah, I think that's pretty much the different places that you can explore around Edmonton and Calgary.
Thank you so much for watching Diversity TV Community Newscast with Harriet Tinka. See you next week. Have a happy, happy new year. And thank you for all the support over the year in 2020, and hope to see you in 2021.
Thank you to our audience for watching Diversity TV this past year. You know, we started this year, but I think our audience, we thank our audience, and we can be found on Instagram, on Twitter, and many platforms that Harriet, I know you can name.
Always on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Big shout out to our audience, because without our audience, definitely Diversity TV would not be around. So thank you, audience. So continue to watch us in 2021. Bye, Rayyah.